My wife confessed she only had our baby to trap me after finding my divorce papers. I've been married to my wife, Alea, for about 7 years now, and we've had our fair share of ups and downs. We met in college, and I thought I had found my soulmate. She was charming, beautiful, and had a great sense of humor. We got married a year after graduation, and everything seemed perfect. However, over the years, I started to feel like we were growing apart. We would argue about the smallest things, and I felt like we were just going through the motions of being married. I tried to brush it off, thinking that every couple goes through this, but deep down, I knew something was off. About a year ago, I started to feel really suffocated in the marriage. I felt like I was losing myself, and I didn't know who I was anymore. I started to think about divorce, but the thought of it was terrifying. I didn't know how to bring it up to Alea, and I was scared of how she would react. So I just kept my feelings to myself and tried to make the best of the situation. But the feeling of being trapped only got worse. I started to feel like I was just a paycheck to Alea, and that she didn't really care about me as a person. I felt like I was just a means to an end, and that she was using me for her own gain. I know this sounds crazy, but I felt like I was living in a prison, and I didn't know how to escape. Fast forward to a few months ago, I finally worked up the courage to start looking into divorce. I didn't know how to bring it up to Alea, but I knew I had to do something. I started to look into lawyers, and I even went so far as to draft up some divorce papers. I know it sounds crazy, but I just felt like I had to get out of the marriage. But before I could even think about serving her the papers, Alea found them. I had left them on the kitchen counter, and she saw them when she was making breakfast. I was at work at the time, but when I came home, she was furious. She confronted me about the papers, and I tried to explain how I was feeling, but she just wouldn't listen. She kept saying that I was being selfish and that I was throwing away our marriage. I tried to tell her that I felt like we were already broken, but she just wouldn't hear it. The argument ended with her storming out of the house and me feeling like I was the worst person in the world. But then, a few days later, she came to me and told me that she was pregnant. I was shocked, to say the least. We had been using protection, and I didn't think it was possible for her to get pregnant, but I guess I was wrong. At first, I was excited about the prospect of having a child. I always thought that being a father would be an amazing experience, and I was happy to start this new chapter in my life. But as the pregnancy progressed, I started to feel like something was off. Alea was being really distant, and she wouldn't even talk to me about the baby. I felt like she was just going through the motions of being pregnant, and that she didn't really care about the child. And then, a few weeks ago, she gave birth to our beautiful baby girl. I was in the delivery room, and I have to say, it was one of the most surreal experiences of my life. But as I was holding our baby in my arms, I couldn't help but feel like something was wrong. Alea just didn't seem like herself, and I could tell that she was hiding something from me. It wasn't until a few days ago that I found out what was really going on. We were sitting in the living room, and Alea just blurted out that she only got pregnant to trap me. She said that she knew I was planning on leaving her, and she didn't want to lose me. She said that she thought having a baby would fix our marriage and that it would make me stay. I was shocked, to say the least. I didn't know what to say or do. I just sat there, holding our baby, and feeling like my whole world had been turned upside down. Update 1. It's been a few days since Alea's confession, and I'm still trying to process everything. I don't know what to do or where to go from here. I feel like I'm stuck in this marriage, and I don't know how to escape. I've been trying to talk to Alea about what she said, but she just keeps saying that she did it for us. She says that she wanted to save our marriage, and that she thought having a baby would bring us closer together. But I just don't know if I can believe her. I feel like she's been lying to me this whole time, and I don't know if I can ever trust her again. I've been thinking about leaving her, but the thought of it is just too overwhelming. I don't know what would happen to our baby, and I don't know if I could ever forgive myself for leaving. I've been trying to talk to friends and family about what's going on, but nobody seems to know what to say. They all just keep telling me to work through it and to communicate with Alea, but it's just not that easy. I feel like I'm stuck in this never-ending cycle of pain and sadness, and I don't know how to escape. Update 2. It's been a few weeks since Alea's confession, and things have been getting progressively worse. We've been arguing non-stop, and I feel like we're just going through the motions of being married. I've been trying to take care of our baby, but it's just so hard when I feel like I'm doing it all by myself. Alea seems to be distant all the time, and I feel like she's just not interested in being a mother. I've been trying to talk to her about it, but she just keeps saying that she's tired and that she needs space. I feel like I'm just shouldering all the responsibility, and it's taking a toll on my mental health. I've been feeling so anxious and depressed, and I just don't know what to do. I've been thinking about seeking counseling, but I'm not sure if it would even help. I feel like our marriage is just too far gone, and that there's no turning back. I've been considering leaving Alea, but the thought of it is just too scary. I don't know what would happen to our baby, and I don't know if I could ever forgive myself for leaving. I just feel so stuck, and I don't know what to do. Update 3. It's been a few months since Alea's confession, and things have been getting progressively worse. We've been arguing non-stop, and I feel like we're just going through the motions of being married. I've been trying to take care of our baby, but it's just so hard when I feel like I'm doing it all by myself. Alea seems to be distant all the time, and I feel like she's just not interested in being a mother. I've been trying to talk to her about it, but she just keeps saying that she's tired and that she needs space. I feel like I'm just shouldering all the responsibility, and it's taking a toll on my mental health. I've been feeling so anxious and depressed, and I just don't know what to do. I've been thinking about seeking counseling, but I'm not sure if it would even help. I feel like our marriage is just too far gone, and that there's no turning back. Last night, I had a breakdown. I was holding our baby, and I just started crying. I felt so overwhelmed, and I just didn't know what to do. I called my best friend, Jude, and he came over to talk to me. He listened to me for hours, and he just let me vent. He told me that I deserve to be happy, and that I shouldn't be stuck in a marriage that's making me miserable. He told me that I should consider leaving Alea, and that I should do what's best for me and our baby. I know it's not going to be easy, but I think I need to start thinking about what's best for me and our child. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know I need to take care of myself and our baby. I'll update again soon, but for now, I just need some time to think and process everything.
Found out my boyfriend of 5 years never divorced his wife. They've been laughing about me in their family group chat. I've been with my boyfriend, let's call him Alex, for 5 years now. We met through mutual friends and hit it off immediately. He's charming, handsome, and has a great sense of humor. We've had our ups and downs like any couple, but overall, I thought our relationship was solid. We've been talking about moving in together and starting a family, or so I thought. Yesterday, I was at Alex's place, and he was in the shower. I was browsing through his phone, which I know I shouldn't have been doing, but I was looking for a song to add to our shared playlist. As I was scrolling through his messages, I stumbled upon a family group chat. At first, I thought it was his siblings or parents, but as I kept reading, I realized it was him, his wife, and their family members. My heart sank. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. I couldn't believe what I was reading. They were all talking about me, laughing about me, and making jokes about our relationship. His wife, whose name is Maggie, was saying how she couldn't believe he had been able to keep up the charade for so long. Alex was responding, saying that I was gullible and easy to manipulate. I felt a wave of nausea wash over me as I realized that our entire relationship had been a lie. I didn't know what to do or how to process this information. I felt like I was in a state of shock. I didn't know whether to confront him or just leave and never come back. As I was trying to gather my thoughts, Alex got out of the shower and saw me sitting on the bed, staring at his phone. He immediately knew something was wrong and asked me what was going on. I showed him the messages, and at first he tried to deny it. He said it was just a joke, that he and his wife were just messing around. But I knew what I had read, and I knew that it was no joke. He eventually broke down and told me the truth. He and Maggie had never gotten a divorce. They had separated, but they had never gone through with the divorce proceedings. He said that he had been planning to leave her, but he didn't have the courage to do it. And then he met me, and he didn't want to lose me, so he just kept up the charade. I was furious. I couldn't believe that he had lied to me for so long. I couldn't believe that he had put me in this situation. I didn't know what to do or where to go from here. I just knew that I needed to get out of there and process everything that had just happened. Update 1. I've been trying to process everything that happened, but it's been really tough. I keep thinking about all the times Alex lied to me, all the times he told me that he loved me, and that we were going to build a life together. I feel so betrayed and hurt. I've been trying to talk to him to get some answers, but he just keeps saying that he's sorry and that he loves me. But I don't know if I can ever trust him again. I've been thinking about all the times we went on vacation together, all the times we talked about our future, and it's just hard to believe that it was all a lie. I've been trying to be strong, but it's hard not to break down when I think about everything that's happened. I've been talking to my friends and family, trying to get their advice and support. They're all telling me to leave him, to get out of the relationship and move on. But a part of me is still holding on, still hoping that we can work through this and come out stronger on the other side. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I need to take care of myself and do what's best for me. Update 2. It's been a few days since I found out about Alex's wife, and I'm still trying to process everything. I've been talking to him, trying to get some answers and understand why he did what he did. He keeps saying that he's sorry and that he loves me, but I'm not sure if I can ever trust him again. I've been thinking about our relationship and all the times he lied to me. It's hard to believe that everything was a lie, that our whole relationship was a charade. I've been feeling really hurt and betrayed, and I don't know how to move forward. I've been talking to my friends and family, trying to get their advice and support. They're all telling me to leave him, to get out of the relationship and move on. But a part of me is still holding on, still hoping that we can work through this and come out stronger on the other side. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I need to take care of myself and do what's best for me. Yesterday, I received a message from Maggie, Alex's wife. She was saying that she's sorry for what happened and that she had no idea that Alex was still seeing me. She said that she and Alex had been separated for a long time and that they had been living separate lives. She said that she's been trying to get a divorce, but Alex has been dragging his feet. She told me that she's sorry for any pain that I've been caused and that she hopes I can find it in my heart to forgive her. I'm not sure how to feel about her message. A part of me is angry and hurt, but another part of me feels sorry for her. I don't know what to do or how to move forward. I just know that I need to take care of myself and do what's best for me. Update 3. It's been a few weeks since I found out about Alex's wife, and I'm still trying to process everything. I've been talking to him, trying to get some answers and understand why he did what he did. He keeps saying that he's sorry and that he loves me, but I'm not sure if I can ever trust him again. I've been thinking about our relationship and all the times he lied to me. It's hard to believe that everything was a lie, that our whole relationship was a charade. I've been feeling really hurt and betrayed, and I don't know how to move forward. I've been talking to my friends and family, trying to get their advice and support. They're all telling me to leave him, to get out of the relationship and move on. But a part of me is still holding on, still hoping that we can work through this and come out stronger on the other side. I don't know what the future holds, but I know that I need to take care of myself and do what's best for me. Yesterday, I decided to take a step back and reevaluate our relationship. I told Alex that I need some space and time to think about what I want to do. He said that he understands and that he'll give me all the space I need. I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but I know that I need to prioritize my own happiness and well-being. I'm still trying to process everything that's happened, but I'm determined to come out of this situation stronger and wiser. Update 4. It's been a few months since I found out about Alex's wife, and I've been taking some time to focus on myself and my own healing. I've been talking to a therapist, trying to work through all the emotions and feelings that I've been experiencing. It's been tough, but I'm slowly starting to come to terms with what happened. I've been realizing that I deserve so much better than someone who would lie to me and cheat on me. I've been focusing on my own happiness and well-being, and I've been trying to move on from the relationship. It's not easy, but I know that it's what's best for me. I've been trying to surround myself with positive people and experiences, and I've been trying to find new hobbies and interests. I've been trying to find myself again, and it's been a really empowering experience. I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago, and I'm grateful for that. I'm stronger and wiser, and I know that I can get through anything. I'm still a little hurt and angry, but I'm trying to let go of those feelings and focus on the present moment. I'm trying to be kind to myself and to focus on my own healing and growth. I know that it's a process, but I'm determined to come out of this situation stronger and happier than ever before. My sister convinced my finance I'm still in love with my ex. Now they're dating. I've been with my finance, Alex, for about 5 years now. We've had our ups and downs, but we've always managed to work through our problems. About 2 years ago, I went through a tough breakup with my ex, Nico. It was a messy situation, and I was heartbroken for a long time. But with Alex's help, I was able to move on and focus on our relationship, or so I thought. My sister, Rachel, has always been a bit of a drama queen. She loves to meddle in other people's business and cause tension wherever she goes. Recently, she's been spending a lot of time with Alex, and I've noticed that they've become really close. At first, I was happy to see them getting along, but now, I realize that Rachel's been manipulating Alex behind my back. A few weeks ago, Rachel started making comments to Alex about how I was still in love with Nico. At first, Alex dismissed it, but Rachel kept pushing the idea, telling him that I was just using him as a rebound. Alex started to believe her, and now he's convinced that I'm still pining for my ex. It's not true, of course. I'm happy with Alex and I love him. But Rachel's words have planted a seed of doubt in his mind, and now he's pulling away from me. To make matters worse, Rachel's been secretly meeting up with Nico, and I have no idea what they're discussing. But I have a feeling it's not good. Last night, Alex and I had a huge fight. He accused me of still being in love with Nico, and I told him that it wasn't true. But he didn't believe me. He said that Rachel had told him all about how I was still obsessed with my ex, and that I was just using him to get over Nico. I was devastated. I didn't know what to say, so I just broke down in tears. Alex stormed out of the house, and I haven't seen him since. This morning, I woke up to a text from Alex. He told me that he needed some space and that he was going to stay with his friend Andy for a while. I was heartbroken. I realized that Rachel's manipulation had finally succeeded in driving a wedge between us. I decided to confront Rachel about what she'd been doing. I called her and asked her to meet up with me. When she arrived, I asked her why she'd been telling Alex that I was still in love with Nico. She just smiled and told me that she was looking out for Alex's best interests. She said that I was clearly still in love with Nico and that Alex deserved better. I was furious. I told her that she had no right to interfere in our relationship and that she was just causing trouble. But she just laughed and told me that I was too blind to see the truth. I realized that Rachel's motivations weren't entirely pure. She's always been jealous of my relationship with Alex, and now she's trying to sabotage it. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I feel like I'm losing Alex and I don't know how to stop it. Update 1. It's been a week since Alex left and I haven't heard from him. I've been trying to reach out to him, but he's not responding to my calls or texts. I've been feeling so alone and scared. I don't know what the future holds, and I'm worried that I'm going to lose Alex forever. I decided to talk to Andy, Alex's friend, to see if he knew anything about what was going on. When I met up with him, he told me that Alex was still staying with him, but that he was doing okay. He said that Alex was just confused and needed some time to figure things out. I asked him if he knew anything about Rachel's involvement, but he just shook his head and told me that he didn't want to get involved. I'm not sure if I believe him, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get Alex back. I've been trying to focus on work and distract myself from the situation, but it's not working. I just feel so empty and lost without Alex. I've also been thinking about my ex, Nico, and how this situation is affecting him. I haven't spoken to him in years, but I know that Rachel's been meeting up with him. I'm not sure what their relationship is like, but I have a feeling that it's not good. Update 2. I just got a text from Alex. He told me that he's been thinking a lot about our relationship, and that he's realized that he needs to move on. He said that he deserves better than someone who's still in love with their ex. I was devastated. I told him that it wasn't true, that I love him and only him, but he just told me that he needs some space and that we should take a break. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I feel like I'm losing him, and I don't know how to stop it. I've been trying to reach out to him, but he's not responding to my calls or texts. I'm starting to feel like I'm all alone in this situation. I've been talking to my friends and family, trying to get their advice and support, but it's hard when it feels like everyone is against me. Rachel's still been manipulating Alex, telling him that I'm still in love with Nico. And now, Alex is believing her. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know that I need to do something to stop this. I've decided to take a stand and fight for my relationship. I'm going to do whatever it takes to prove to Alex that I love him and that I'm not still in love with Nico. Update 3. It's been 2 weeks since Alex and I broke up. I've been focusing on myself, trying to heal and move on. But it's hard when I still love him so much. I've been talking to my friends and family, trying to get their advice and support. And I've also been trying to gather evidence to prove that Rachel's been manipulating Alex. I've been going through our old text messages and conversations, looking for anything that might prove that Rachel's been interfering in our relationship. And then, yesterday, I found something. I found a text message from Rachel to Alex, where she's telling him that I'm still in love with Nico. She's also telling him that I'm using him as a rebound, and that he deserves better. I was furious when I read it. I realized that Rachel's been playing us both, using her manipulation to drive a wedge between us. I decided to confront Alex about it. I met up with him and showed him the text message. At first, he was defensive, telling me that I was just trying to shift the blame. But then, he started to realize that Rachel had been playing him all along. He apologized for not believing me and for letting Rachel manipulate him. We talked for hours, trying to work through our issues and figure out what to do next. It's not going to be easy, but I'm hopeful that we can move forward and rebuild our relationship. I'm also relieved that Alex finally sees the truth about Rachel's manipulation. We're going to take things slow and work on rebuilding our trust and communication. It's going to be a long and difficult process, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make our relationship work. Update 4. It's been a month since Alex and I started working on our relationship again. It's not been easy, but we're making progress. We've been talking openly and honestly, trying to work through our issues and rebuild our trust. I've also been trying to limit my contact with Rachel, trying to avoid her manipulation and interference. But despite our progress, I still feel like something is off. I've been noticing that Alex has been acting strangely, always seeming to be on edge and jittery. And then, yesterday, I found out why. I was going through his phone, looking for a number, when I saw a text message from Nico. My heart sank when I saw it. I realized that Alex had been talking to Nico behind my back, and that they'd been discussing me. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. I didn't know what to do, so I just confronted Alex about it. He told me that he'd been talking to Nico, trying to get his perspective on our situation. He said that Nico had been telling him that I was still in love with him, and that I was just using Alex as a rebound. I was furious. I told him that Nico was just trying to cause trouble, and that he should know better than to believe him. Alex apologized, telling me that he was just trying to understand the situation. But I'm not sure if I believe him. I feel like he's still being manipulated, and that he's not seeing the truth. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I feel like I'm losing him all over again, and I don't know how to stop it. Update 5. I've been thinking a lot about my situation, trying to figure out what to do next. I've realized that I need to take a stand and fight for my relationship. I'm not going to let Rachel or Nico come between us and destroy what we have. I've decided to confront Nico about his involvement in our situation. I met up with him and told him that I knew what he'd been doing, trying to cause trouble and drive a wedge between Alex and me. He just smiled and told me that he was just trying to help Alex see the truth. I was furious. I told him that he had no right to interfere in our relationship, and that he was just trying to sabotage us. He just laughed and told me that I was too blind to see the truth. I realized that Nico's still got feelings for me, and that he's trying to win me back. But I'm not interested. I love Alex, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make our relationship work. I've also been trying to get to the bottom of Rachel's motivations. I've been talking to our friends and family, trying to figure out why she's been behaving this way. And then, yesterday, I found out the truth. I was talking to our mom, and she told me that Rachel's been feeling jealous and left out. She's been feeling like I've been getting all the attention, and that she's been pushed to the side. I realized that Rachel's behavior is just a cry for attention, and that she's been manipulating Alex and Nico to get what she wants. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I feel like I'm stuck in a never-ending cycle of drama and manipulation, but I'm determined to fight for my relationship and make it work, no matter what.
My wife's pretending to be infertile to avoid having kids. I found her birth control hidden in her car. I've been married to my wonderful wife, Regina, for about 5 years now. We've had our ups and downs like any other couple, but we've always been able to work through our problems and come out stronger on the other side. One thing that's been a point of contention for us is having kids. I've always wanted to be a father, and I thought we were on the same page when we got married. However, as the years went by, my wife started to get cold feet about the idea of having children. At first, I thought it was just nerves, but as time went on, I started to realize that she was actively avoiding the topic. We would have conversations about it, and she would always say that she wasn't ready yet, or that she was stressed about her career and didn't feel like she could handle the added responsibility of being a mother. I tried to be understanding and patient, but as the years turned into a decade, I started to feel like I was being strung along. About 6 months ago, Regina came to me and told me that she had been to the doctor and had been diagnosed with a condition that made it difficult for her to get pregnant. I was devastated, but I tried to be supportive and understanding. I figured that this was just something we would have to deal with as a couple, and that we could explore other options like adoption or IVF. But as time went on, I started to notice that Regina seemed really relieved about the whole thing. She would make jokes about how she didn't have to worry about getting pregnant anymore and how she could just focus on her career. It didn't sit right with me, but I pushed the thoughts aside and tried to be supportive. That was until yesterday, when I found her birth control hidden in her car. I had been out running some errands, and I needed to grab something from her car, so I went to the garage and got in. As I was searching for what I needed, I saw a small package tucked away in the glove compartment. I pulled it out, and my heart sank as I saw that it was a pack of birth control pills. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. Why was my wife taking birth control if she was supposedly infertile? I didn't know what to do, so I just sat there in the car, trying to process what I had just found. I felt like my whole world had been turned upside down. I eventually got out of the car and went back inside, trying to act normal, but I couldn't shake off the feeling that I had been lied to. I didn't know what to do, so I decided to wait until we were both calm and then have a conversation about it. Last night, we were watching TV, and I brought it up. I tried to approach the topic as calmly as possible, but I could feel my anger and hurt simmering just below the surface. "Hey, can we talk about something?" I said, trying to sound casual. "What's up?" Regina replied, looking at me with a curious expression. "I found something in your car yesterday," I said, my voice shaking slightly. "What are you talking about?" she asked, her eyes narrowing. "I found a pack of birth control pills in your glove compartment," I said, looking her straight in the eye. There was a pause, and for a moment I thought I saw a flash of guilt in her eyes. But then, her expression changed, and she looked at me with a mixture of defensiveness and anger. "What are you insinuating?" she asked, her voice rising. "I'm not insinuating anything," I replied, trying to stay calm. "I just want to know why you're taking birth control if you're supposedly infertile." Regina sighed and rubbed her temples. "Look, I can explain," she said. I don't know, I was just being cautious, I guess. I didn't want to get pregnant by accident, but you told me you were infertile," I said, feeling a surge of anger. I know," she said. "I'm sorry, I didn't want to deal with the pressure of getting pregnant right now. And I didn't want to hurt your feelings." I felt like I had been punched in the gut all over again. "So you lied to me?" I asked, my voice shaking with emotion. Regina looked at me, tears in her eyes. "I'm sorry," she said. "I was just trying to protect myself. I didn't mean to hurt you." I didn't know what to say. I felt like my whole world had been turned upside down. I got up and walked out of the room, needing some time to process everything. Update 1. I've been thinking a lot about what happened, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. I feel like I've been living in a dream world, and now I'm waking up to reality. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I know I need to have a serious conversation with Regina about our relationship and what we both want. I've been doing some research, and I found out that it's not uncommon for women to pretend to be infertile or to have fertility issues in order to avoid getting pregnant. It's a tricky situation, and I'm not sure how to navigate it. I'm considering couples therapy, but I'm not sure if Regina will be on board with it. I'm also thinking about having a conversation with her about my feelings and what I want for our future. I want to be a father, and I want to have a family, but I also want to be with someone who is honest and transparent with me. I'm not sure if that someone is Regina. I've been talking to some friends and family members, and they all seem to think that I should be angry and that I should confront Regina about her deception. But I'm not sure if that's the right approach. I want to understand why she did what she did, and I want to have a calm and rational conversation about it. I'm hoping that we can work through this and come out stronger on the other side. But I'm also preparing myself for the possibility that our relationship may not survive this. Update 2. I had a long conversation with Regina yesterday, and it was really tough. We both said some things that we can't take back, and I'm not sure if our relationship can recover from this. I told her how I felt, and I explained that I wanted to be a father and have a family. I also told her that I felt lied to and betrayed, and that I didn't know if I could ever trust her again. Regina listened to what I had to say, and then she told me her side of the story. She said that she had been feeling trapped and suffocated by the pressure to have kids, and that she didn't know how to deal with it. She said that she was scared of being a mother, and that she didn't feel ready. She also said that she was sorry for lying to me, and that she knew it was wrong. I listened to what she had to say, and I tried to understand her perspective. But at the same time, I couldn't help but feel angry and hurt. I felt like she had been playing me for a fool, and that she had been using her supposed infertility as an excuse to avoid having kids. I told her that I needed some time to think, and that I didn't know if I could ever trust her again. Regina said that she understood and that she would give me the space I needed. We didn't make any plans for the future, and we didn't talk about what would happen next. We just sort of existed in this limbo, not knowing what to do or where to go from here. I've been thinking a lot about what I want, and I've come to realize that I want to be with someone who is honest and trustworthy. I want to be with someone who is on the same page as me and who wants the same things that I do. I'm not sure if that someone is Regina, and I'm not sure if our relationship can survive this. Update 3. It's been a few weeks since the big conversation, and things have been interesting. Regina and I have been living in the same house, but we've been barely speaking to each other. We've been existing in this weird limbo where we're not really together, but we're not really apart either. I've been doing some soul searching, and I've come to realize that I deserve better than this. I deserve to be with someone who is honest and trustworthy, someone who wants the same things that I do. I've been thinking about ending the relationship, but I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. I care about Regina deeply, and I don't want to hurt her. But at the same time, I don't know if I can ever trust her again. I've been talking to some friends and family members, and they all seem to think that I should end the relationship. They say that I deserve better, and that I shouldn't settle for someone who is dishonest and manipulative, but I'm not sure if that's the right advice. I'm still trying to figure out what I want and what's best for me. I've been thinking about couples therapy, but I'm not sure if Regina will be on board with it. I've also been thinking about taking a break from the relationship, just to give us both some time to think and reflect. I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that I need to prioritize my own happiness and well-being. I deserve to be with someone who loves and respects me, and who wants the same things that I do.